Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Thank you all for tuning in again. And today I actually gonna do a closeout from September. I don't have the books with me because they were from the library, but I updated my Goodreads regular and I got the ratings for you. I'll put a photo on the screen right here or below. You'll see I've read 4 books this month. It was a slow reading month for me. I was in a mini slump with the last week or so. I didn't really want to read. I could have finished another book, but I didn't, which I'm actually pretty sad about. But on the other hand, I finished it right now and we're already in October, so that's fine. So the first one I read was Iron Flame. Iron Flame is the second one. It's the sequel of Fort Wing. Like maybe some of you know, Fort Wing was very hyped up. It was the best thing ever in 2024. At least that's what they said. For me, it wasn't. I don't remember what I gave Fort Wing, but Iron Flame I gave it 3.75, and I thought Fort Wing I gave it 3 stars. Don't hate me if you like this book. That's very much for you. Good for you. I'm very happy that you liked it. But I enjoyed it, but it wasn't as hyped. It wasn't as good as the hype made it look like. And I think it's because it was so hyped up that I always hate that. I don't like reading hyped up books because when they're so hyped up, when I read them, they're just not as good as the hype tells me to, because you have it so hyped up in your head that it's so good that you cannot be something else than just disappointed. So but I very much did enjoy myself, especially with the second one, because the second one is a little bit more, how do I say this without spoiling, strategic planning, more political stuff. And there's just more going on in the second one. The first one is really, I think, the building up to the story and building up with romance and dragons and all this stuff, because there's dragons and a romance in it. It's a romantasy, so normally everybody knows that. And Iron Flame just has a little bit more of everything in it, and I actually really like that. The second one is Tales of the Cafe. Again, put it here, or below here. I'll let you know. You'll see in video. That is 5-star for me. That's easy. Why? I thought Before the Coffee Gets Cold, that's the first one. Tales of the Cafe is the second one. I already read the third one. That's actually for in October, but I'll give you a spoiler, 5-star. Why? I don't know. These stories just... I'm not really... I don't know how to say this. It doesn't like really get me, but the lessons learned, and there's some kind of structure that I never actually seen before, and the concept is just really cool. And I think the stories are the lessons that you learn from it. That is really something, you know, and just how they communicate and how they interact. It's something different from what I'm actually used to. So I don't know, I just really love it. Every time that I get to the end of a book, I'm like, and I sigh, and I'm like, yeah, that was good. And when I have that feeling at the end of a book, even though the whole book didn't give me that feeling, but I have it at the end, that's a 5-star. Because I sigh, have to stare into the distance for at least 5 minutes, and then tell myself, that was good. Then it's a 5-star, because then I thought about it and it sticks with me. And this is gonna stick with me. Not every story. I mean, there's so many stories in there. I already read like 12 stories of those. And some of them just really stick, and some of them are just really good, and I really like it. Okay, third one, The Reappearance of Rachel Price. I'm looking right over there because I have my little list with all the books that I read, because I don't have them on hand with me right now. The Reappearance of Rachel Price, you'll see it in my reading vlog. It was very good. It was a 4.75. The only reason why it didn't get a 5-star is because the female main character, the FMC, was sometimes just not likable at all. I just really sometimes I didn't like her. I'm like, oh my god, seriously? So that really threw me off sometimes. But it sucked me right back in after I thought that. So that's why it's still set at 4.75. But the thing that this book does is it gives you a point of view, and there is no other point of view. You get this point of view. So you start to think like the main character, Belle, because you only get her point of view. So you'll be very much thrown into a point of view, into a perspective, and then when something changes, her perspective changes, so the story changes. So you know, you follow really her. It's not like you can make your own opinion. You get into this and this is it and this is will be. That is something that if you like mysteries or thrillers that you need to think a little, then this is not for you. But if you want an easy read, because it was really easy for me, I got through it like 3 days. Yeah, 3 days. And I was working, so I'm very happy with those 3 days. But if you want something quick, easy, mystery, little thriller, and having fun with that, and just seeing how it plays out and how the female main character named Belle is gonna do this, how she's gonna work things out, then you'll very much like this. It's very nice. It makes me think of A Good Girl's Guide to Murder, like it always does. And it made me think of something else. I said it in my reading vlog, but I don't remember what I said. Doesn't matter. I'll put it somewhere in here if I see it back, because I really don't remember. It made me think of something, but I just cannot remember now. And the last one I read was Icebreaker. I already read Wildfire. That's actually the second one. I read that first because Icebreaker, ice hockey romance. Didn't think I was gonna like hockey romances. Even though I love the sport, hockey is amazing. I like it very much. If you don't like it, also fine. I loved this. I loved this. Why? Because I read so many books with so many toxic men, toxic relationships, and in the end they're still together and happy and married and children, and I'm like, okay, good for you. And I'm really liking these stories. I do. Who doesn't like a villain in a story sometimes, you know? I mean, these movies about the villains are amazing too, so who doesn't like a likable villain sometimes? But if we look in terms of being realistic and being in a healthy relationship and what you want from a man, in high school, university actually, and this is actually pretty good. I think they had chemistry, they had a really reasonable, how do you say that, build up of their relationship. They had a nice relationship, they had their struggles, but it was actually more her struggles and his struggles and the relationship, and all the struggles get together. But it was nice, it was really good. I actually really loved it because I saw like this could be a healthy, normal relationship. This could be a relationship that I can say, this is healthy. This is a guy I should root for, because it was. The second one, Wildfire, was just a little too much for me on the intimacy part. And this was also a lot of intimacy, but not as much. They also really explored real topics that I could relate to and I could see and I could imagine. And I was like, oh my god. This is just amazing. I never read a book with a relationship that you can say this is healthy and this is normal and this is good. So that's it. So I read Iron Flame, Tales of the Cafe, Reappearance of Rachel Price, and Icebreaker. Iron Flame I gave it 3.75 stars. Tales of the Cafe I gave a 5 star. Reappearance of Rachel Price a 4.75 stars, and Icebreaker 5 stars. So we had a really good reading month. We had 2 5 stars. I almost never have 5 stars. I have a few 5 stars in a year. So this was really good of having 5 stars. And and there's even one a 4.75. I mean, that's good. That's amazing. So I'm really happy. I still have some books from the library, so I'm gonna focus on them, and then hopefully I could get to all the books that I own that are fall themed. We'll try. So thank you for watching. I hope you have a very nice weekday, weekend, whenever this is going up, because I don't know yet. But thank you all for watching, and hope you have a great week. Bye!